Open it up.
Open it up.
Open it up. I had to start the recording. We were starting to get into the show. I was just like, we had to record this, and I had to put it
We,
on
we
tape.
did. We did. So the question was that opened the show with the laughs. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Another episode, Cold Ones Conversations. You're here for the laughs. You're here for the bets. You're here for the sports takes. You're here for the sports predictions. I am Hollywood, and I'm greeted by the best duo that we could have on the internet, and that is Brendan the Bot Petrilli. But Petrilli, before I ask you how you're doing today, tell me right now. We're talking, I got my O's hat on. You got your Phillies hat on, but you got the green gear on. You're looking a little Christmassy. But tell me, what's the feeling in the city about the teams in general right now?
Well, the teams in general, it's the birds. It's
It's
the
the
birds.
Eags.
It's the birds. That's all it is. It's the
Let me
birds.
just say to start the show, so we start with positive vibes. Go Eagles. Go Eagles. I'm tired of saying go Eagles, which we're going to get into, but go Eagles. I hate saying go Eagles, dude.
I've
I hate saying go Eagles in February.
I've been I've been waiting for it to hear it. He said it over text a couple times, but I've been waiting one more time. Give it to me.
Go Eagles. Go
Oh,
Eagles.
wait, one more.
Go Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly Eagles fly, baby. Come on.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Come on. Give me a go birds.
Go Eagles, go Birds.
Yes, there it is.
I feel like I'm in the city.
There it is. Go birds.
I've always said if the Ravens don't win, I want the Eagles to win, but I'm ready for the Ravens to win. But this is an Eagle show today. It's an Eagle show. So
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been waiting weeks for this. I've been waiting weeks. I've been giving him his time. I've given him his space. I've been trying to be supportive of him and everything because he's my brother. At the end
go
of the day,
Eagles.
we're brothers. We're more than friends. We're brothers at this
We're
point. All right.
brothers. We're
We're
brothers.
we're brothers in arms. We're brother in football. We're brothers in the
The Lord.
Eagles at this point. You
Yeah,
know,
and in the Lord.
and in the Lord. But when it comes down to it, we had to give him his
Brothers in
space.
the Eagles. Come on.
We've been waiting for that moment right there. That was a special
Yes.
moment. I hope you all enjoyed that moment. We're gonna
And it's
clip it.
real.
We're
It's
gonna
real.
post it. We're gonna post it a billion times. That's gonna be the automatic like GIF for the rest of eternity. It's gonna be Go Eagles. All
Go
right.
Eagles. Go
So
Eagles, man. No, but
I'm just happy. I'm just
yeah,
excited. I'm smiling.
good
Harry's
dude.
not like that. I get that. I 100% understand the situation. We'll get into the conversation we were talking about before we started recording because
Right.
honestly, at this point, that conversation is such a couple
It's
months
an old
away because
topic. Yeah.
we are people on a mission here. We are together on a mission at this point.
Yes.
It's not just me. We are together. It's the city is together on a mission to go win a Super Bowl. We are going to take down Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. We have to be together on this. We cannot be strayed. We cannot be we
No.
faltering. We have to be together. Where this
Yes.
team, the city has to be and everybody around the country has to be together of we have to
Yes.
stop this three-peat. You can hate the city of Philadelphia all you want. You can want to talk trash and call us this and that and this and that. I don't care. At the end of the day, you have to realize this is the team that can just dominate you on the ground, running the football, and stop you on the defensive end of the game. And you do not want another Patriots dynasty like
No.
situation with the Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are putting up there right now. That is going to be above and beyond if they win. So we all have to put a stop to that right now. Right now. And that's what I'm telling all of you. But anyway, sorry.
Dude, you guys are literally competing to prevent history. Think about that. I've never thought about that before. You guys are competing to prevent history.
And we did it. We did it against the Patriots.
Straight
It,
up.
it was in between. It was the one in the middle.
Straight
So
up.
in 2017, we beat them, and
Yep.
they ended up winning two after. It could have been. It could have been a three-peat, but Nick
It
Foles,
could have been
Big
a
Dick
three-beat.
Nick, stopped that situation. This city stopped that situation. Freshman year, me stopped that situation. It was electric. They're
I
gonna.
remember your famous quote. That was the only time that you'd ever gotten on the phone with your dad and heard him cry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was great.
All right, dude.
When Brandon Graham got that, everybody, everybody shed a tear. I was at Johnson and Hardwick down in Center City, Philadelphia, and I call my dad right after that play happened. I'm just like, Dad, and he goes, "Yep, we're gonna win the Super Bowl," and I can hear him sniffling. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. I'm like, damn right, and that's all that had to be said. There was nothing else. We hung up, and that's what we did, and we
That's what you
partied.
did. So,
And
dude,
that's what
let's
we
get into
expect
it.
again on
let's
Sunday.
let's get into it, dude. We can talk about we'll talk about the odds. We're going to talk about the bets that we're taking. We're giving the ladies and gentlemen that listen to this show so many ways to win and so many ways to make money. But dude, I mean, this is a spectacular matchup when you think about it, because you're talking about the number one defense in the league versus the number one quarterback in the league. You're talking about the blue-blooded, up-and-coming greatest coach of all time versus the coach that can't be stopped, who everybody wants to act like that he can be stopped and he can't. And you're talking about arguably the greatest tight end of all time going against arguably the most dynamic running back that maybe the league will ever see. Um, so many factors in this game are occurring in the Super Bowl. It's so damn cool. I love the lore of how the last time that the Super Bowl was in New Orleans, the blackout happened. Last time that it did, obviously the Ravens won. The homage, shout out the Birds, shout out the
Hey,
two-time
even
champ.
more, even
Even more.
more,
There's a lot of lore right there.
even more.
But
But
what I
before we get into this game, we got to talk about those birds.
oh, I thought we
We
could
got to
gloss
talk
over it.
about the pain. We got to talk about the suffering.
Yeah, I'll make it quick.
We got no. You talk about it as much as you want because we've talked
It's
about it over the
spent.
last couple weeks. The people want to hear.
It's spent.
The people want to hear it.
It's spent, man. I mean,
You were hiding. We didn't
I
post.
had to. I had to hide because you know what, man? I was filled with such sadness that turned to anger. I want to make that clear. My sadness turned to anger, and it did me nothing but good. I want to make a hot take here clear that I probably would have received threats from if I would have put it out on the internet, but now that it's passed, it's okay. I wanted if my Ravens weren't going to win, I wanted Mahomes to be in the Super Bowl. I didn't want Josh Allen and the Bills to win. I was so happy that they lost. I was so happy that they lost in the fashion that they did, because I can't stand how Lamar and Allen have always been compared to each other. But that's just me. To sum up that pain, that suffering, that agita that I experienced from that Ravens game, here's what it is, man. Um, I don't know where the Ravens go from here, in the sense that we are so competitive, we are so amazing, we are everything that I want us to be until that last moment, until that last game. And I will completely and utterly say none of it has to do with the talent that we have. You can't have the number two to if not number two, number three best quarterback in the league as your quarterback. You can't have the number two, if not number one, best running back in your backfield. You can't have the number three tight end in the league who ends up costing us that game to number three to number two tight end in the league as your main receiver. You can't have the endless arsenal of wide receivers and tight ends that we've developed. You can't have the ridiculous defense coached by a 32-year-old defensive coordinator who time and time again stepped up, made the wrongs right, and got us so deep into the playoffs. And then once again, your coaching staff fails to deliver what they need to deliver on. You have an AFC championship the following year, best record in the NFL, MVP is quarterback. You host the AFC championship. And what did you do? You went completely away from your game plan. And how is it that with 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Lamar Jackson does everything we pay him to do in Buffalo, pocket collapses twice, march down the field, score, put yourself on a 2-point conversion, and you put Derrick Henry in as a blocker, not as a receiver? You put him in as a blocker, not as a receiver. You had him in the backfield Excuse me, not in the backfield. You had him set up with Lamar to block and not go out in the flat when he's been eating the Bills all fourth quarter. When we won the third quarter, while Josh Allen, the camera keeps going over to Allen the whole time on the sidelines with that last 3 minutes left, and you can see his pain, you can see his agony, and I'm loving it. And I'm loving it. And it's the fact that, dude, like, name me a guy that's available at the head coaching position, at the coordinator position, that is available to hire, that is better than what we currently have. You can't. And that's what's so frustrating, is that we're at a cap, but there's nothing available to buy that brings you above your cap. We are stuck in this place of momentum where, once again, our coaching staff is proving that they're whatever they're preaching, it's literally spent by week 18 past. It's gone. And you got guys that make mental. Travis Kelce's in that position, that ball doesn't get dropped. So it's
about
like,
time you brought it up.
it's like that doesn't happen. Travis Kelce's in that position, that ball doesn't get dropped. Mind you, the guy had a drop the game before. I'm not counting any of Lamar's turnovers. He had an interception.
Mind you that he fumbled a couple drives before
correct. Mind you that he fumbled, and
that was the biggest play in my mind.
I totally agree. I absolutely agree. And
That
Lamar
play changed the whole game around.
changed the entire game. It absolutely did. It's the fact that he had 2 turnovers, and I am not going to talk about Lamar's turnovers because, number one of them was an interception. That was his 4th for the entire NFL season, and the other was a fumble because our center failed to do his job, which is, at the end of the day, you're on your back and ass if it means that in the playoffs you're getting the ball in your quarterback's numbers. And he put it to the left, and Lamar has to go here and then drag out and try to get a pass off, and he loses the ball. That's not on our QB. That's on a failed scheme by the offensive line. And so, again, but all of that comes down to coaching, because these guys are all top 5 and above guys. Tyler Linderbaum is a top 5 center in the league.
Oh, for sure.
Come on.
For sure.
So when you're there and you have that much talent, it's about who are the guys that are holding you accountable and taking you above your own abilities. And our staff has proven that I don't believe that we can get to a Super Bowl currently with who's in leadership positions. And I think I'll end off this whole diatribe with this last phrase. Right now, the Ravens are the 2018 to 2021 Green Bay Packers, where you're having at times a back-to-back MVP quarterback. You're going to multiple conference championships. You're hosting playoff games. You're winning 12 plus regular season games, and you can't get over the hump. In 2020, it's not that Lamar didn't get us through this year. In 2020, Aaron Rodgers doesn't decide to run it in for a touchdown. His team keeps settling for field goals. Bucks go on to win that game, win that, and go to the Super Bowl and beat Patrick Mahomes. This isn't Lamar pulling an Aaron Rodgers where he's afraid to make a move. It's the fact that our coaching staff isn't getting the job done. And dude, that 2018 to 2021 Green Bay Packers, it got so bad with how great their success was. Again, it got so bad how great their success was. They ended up firing their head coach. Mike McCarthy was out of a job for a year. And they bring in Matt LaFleur, or LaFleur, however you say his name. So that my point is I don't want to be the Packers, but you're the name guy on the show. But, yeah, it's bad, man. I don't know what happens right now. I don't know, because Mahomes is in his Brady era, and I think that we need somebody new, but who and I never wanted to say that about Harbaugh, but again, who's available that's better than him? Who?
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough.
To say the least.
you are in my situation in about what? I don't know, back in September with the Phillies.
Yep.
Like that, we
Just like we were
called, we
talking
talked
about.
about it. I said, this is like what the Phillies are, and they paid the
Yep.
money. You got the MVP. You got the guys around him. You got guys that can do it left and right, but all of a sudden it falls apart, and it sucks. It absolutely sucks. That when it comes out the most, guys make the big plays, but then some guys don't. And the teams that have just been jumping past, they've been making the plays left and right, and that's been not always the Buffalo Bills, but it's been the Kansas City Chiefs. And the Chiefs just they always play perfect at the end of the day, and
Yep.
you have to play perfect. You have to play perfect. You and I both know that.
Yep.
Like
More than anyone
the whole league knows that,
knows
and
that. Yeah.
like you have to play perfect to be able to beat this team. And when it comes down to it, that's pretty much what Lamar was saying. Like if Lamar catches any slack after this, it's like he was saying is we know we have to play perfect. We
Yep.
can't turn the ball over. I can't turn the ball over. You can't turn the ball over. We can't have pre-snap
Can't turn the
penalties.
ball over.
We can't
Exactly.
fumble it. Like to beat them, we have to be perfect. And that's what you got to do. And that's what the Eagles got to do this upcoming Sunday, Harry. And I think
It's
the Eagles can
brutal.
do.
The Eagles can do it, dude. The Eagles can do it. I'm going to say what I've said the whole time to transition out of this. I'm so glad that we're transitioning out of that conversation. I'm starting to have
I
flashbacks.
was trying to help you. I was trying to
I,
help you out. I
I,
wanted to
I,
keep digging, but I was just like,
I mean, the where I'll just
you were
leave it.
going. You were going good. You got it out. I was just
I
like,
got
you
it
got it.
out, and I'll
Yeah.
leave it at this, dude. I'll leave it at this. I'm so proud to be a Ravens fan. The Ravens are going to make me so happy this coming year. I'm going to think that we have a chance because we do. I'm going to think that we're going to make a deep playoff run because we will. But I can't say anymore the way I did this year and the year past that I fully believe that we're going to make a Super Bowl berth. Because I believe that the last 2 years, I was like, we are absolutely going to get to the Super Bowl. And I don't have that faith anymore because I know that my guys can get me to January, but past that, I have no certainty at all. And I think the thing that's really bad right now is that might be setting into our psyche as well. Like you're looking at Mahomes always getting there. You're looking at Allen winning here. You're knowing that Burrow is an offensive line away from being as good as all of you. And that, then you got emerging stars. And it's like I heard this great take. I can't remember who said it, but the Super Bowl is supposed to be the biggest game. And for every team in the AFC, it's not. The
All right.
biggest game
You're right.
is Patrick Mahomes.
You're right.
And that is crazy to think about because the one thing that I will say is I don't even think the Patriots had that lore where if you met them in an AFC championship, even if you were the underdog, it wasn't that this is the Super Bowl, this AFC championship. It's like the Super Bowl is Super Bowl. But now for AFC, because Peyton always had a chance if he made it to an AFC championship against Brady. Flacco had a chance if he made it against Brady. Ben Roethlisberger had a chance if he made it against Brady. But you go into these AFC championships and you're like, do we have a chance? It's up for debate. So let's talk about Eagles because go Eagles, go Eagles, go Eagles, go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
About to be two-time champs, dude.
Hopefully.
About to be
Hopefully.
two-time champs, man.
You were saying during that, like how many years that the
In
Ravens get
two
back there?
years, in no, the Eagles in
No, no, you were saying the Ravens. You were saying the Ravens. How many
oh
times? How many times?
two, we're
They
2-2.
no, no. But like the AFC Championship game, how many times you got there? What, twice, right?
Three
In the last
times.
what? How many? Yeah, but the Eagles have gotten to the Super Bowl twice in 3 years.
Yep. It's nuts.
Twice, twice.
It's
Not
nuts.
one, not 3, but twice.
Twice.
This team, this franchise is set up so nicely. What happened to the San Francisco 49ers? I thought they were supposed to be that next dynasty that was going to be
Oh my
built
God,
up
yeah.
to
Oh,
perfection, right? They were supposed to be the team that was supposed to be keep on going back and back and
yep.
back and back. No, the Eagles beat them to it. The Eagles beat the 49ers to the point to this opportunity. They got to get another one here. They got to get one, and they will. Oh, we're not going to be. We're ready to hop on that take though. We're ready. We're ready. But at the end of the day, this team, yes, listening to you talk about the struggles in the AFC, I 100% agree with. The Eagles, what do they have to do? You beat a good Packers team. You beat a decent Rams team. And then you beat who? The Washington Commanders with a rookie quarterback? What are we talking about? Like, come on, baby. Like that was home cooking all the way to the
All the way.
NFL championship game,
Yep.
the Super Bowl. Oh, I'm just reflecting on everything. I've been trying to take it in and bring it in to words where this team is just, you're right. We didn't have to play a Mahomes. You didn't have to play an Allen. But this team has been able to shut down a Matt Stafford, a Love, and a Jaden Daniels who is very much up and coming. Because this team has been able to rebuild and resurface talent off of a franchise that we thought was going to get rid of their head coach after a year, right? We thought that Nick Sirianni was going to be gone
Yep.
after last season, after that collapse. I'm hitting the phone lines every single day, and it's just like this guy is a joke, blah blah blah, and he ends up making it through the cycle. He wins a game, and then he's losing a couple, and then all of a sudden he's shaving his head. And what is this guy? He's losing his marbles. He doesn't deserve to be a part of this team. He doesn't deserve to be a part of this franchise at all, this city. And then all of a sudden
The
they rip
city.
off they rip off win after win after win,
Yep.
whether it's a part of the talent, whether it's a part of the scheme, whether it's a part of who's running it. This team is just built different, where they just have guys that can just go out there no matter what the hell is going on and just make it work. And that is attributed to the city of Philadelphia, because that's what we do here in Philadelphia. Is no matter what is going on, we will figure it out, whether it's on the field, whether it's on the streets, whether it's at work, whatever the hell it is. We will figure it out. That's what Philadelphia does. That's what Rocky did. That's what Apollo did.
Oh my
That's what
God.
Nick Sirianni and Saquon and Jalen did. And that's what we're going to do on Sunday. God damn it. We're putting it together. We've put it together all year long where it could have fell apart. And I don't feel any more doubt in my mind that this team should not win on Sunday. I'm pumped.
What's the key? What's the key to the Eagles winning? Because I know what mine is.
Don't
What's
turn
the
the ball
key?
over. Don't turn the ball over.
That's
That's the
it? That's
biggest
the
thing.
only thing?
Don't turn it over.
Oh, see, I think it's more in depth than that. You got
You
to be
think
able to
so?
throw.
No,
If
I don't
you
care. I don't think you have to throw the ball. If the
really,
Eagles can run the ball and eat up time of possession, you don't have to throw the ball. You don't. They've proven it over and over and over again this year, where people keep doubting Jalen Hurts and he keeps going, yeah, yeah, you're doubting me? All right. And then he throws for 300 yards. He did it against the
he
Commanders.
did. That's what I'm saying.
He did it against what he did it against the Steelers. You know, like
What was
these teams
that?
that have good defenses.
What
What?
is that? Did you see that?
No.
Zoom just did like a thing.
No,
It
I
did
don't know.
bubbles. It did
I,
bubbles out of your mouth. Sorry, keep going.
I'm
SpongeBob
rolling.
here. You're rolling. Go ahead.
This team, they can do whatever they want. Like Jalen knows, and this team knows. Like you ask any of these guys on this team, whether it's on the defensive side of the ball, it's just like we don't care. Do what we do best. We play defense, we run the ball, and we can get the ball to AJ. We can get the ball to Smitty. We can get the ball to Dallas Goddard. We can throw it, we can run it, we can play defense. That's what this team does. As long as we don't turn the ball over, as long as we don't fumble, as long as we don't throw picks, this team is so damn good. The way that last week, 2 weeks ago, against Jaden Daniels, the way Jaden Daniels was playing so great, he's fantastic. The talent level around his team is compared to the Eagles. You're throwing it to Brown and Eckler and all these guys past their prime. The Eagles defense just comes in, pop, punches it out, gets on the ball, and they take it over. That's what
I
it
hear you.
is.
I
The
hear you, dude.
Eagles to go up against this Chiefs team, what are they gonna do? What? Past their prime Hollywood Brown, past their prime DeAndre Hopkins, Kareem Hunt, all these guys. Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? This team is different than the past 2 years ago. This team can go and take it to those guys where they got to do is the talent level alone will just go and just absolutely lock them up and go and punch it out. Because guess what? Patrick Mahomes could throw them the football, but guess what? Zach Vaughn is going to come around the corner and go and punch it out. You know what? My boy Jalen Carter's going to come up the middle and go and punch it out. That's what's going to happen with this defense. With these guys at the helm, they're young, they're hungry. It's different than this team 2 years ago, that Harry and I were at Chicky and Pete's. I was at Chicky and Pete's for 24 hours because this team is different than that. I'm going to be at the station for 97.5 The Fanatic for 24 hours, and we're going to win this goddamn game. That's what's going to happen. Come on! Go Birds!
I hear you, dude. Go Bird. Punch it out. You know what I mean? That's what they're gonna do, dude. Listen, this Eagles defense, my favorite TD prop of the whole thing, of the whole shebang. I absolutely believe that the Eagles are going to get a scoop and score in the Super Bowl. I really do. I think the ability and the pressure that this team is going to bring, Patrick Mahomes hasn't faced it yet. He has not faced a defense. I mean, listen, I want to argue that the Ravens defense was competing at the Eagles level, but they weren't, especially not during week one. And no team in the AFC's defense outside of the Pittsburgh Steelers who played terribly in that game against the Chiefs. No one's playing at the Eagles' defensive level. There's no question about it. And listen, man, Saquon Barkley, nobody's talking about this, about luck being on your side.
I didn't even talk about it yet.
And dude,
don't get me started about Saquon. Don't get me started.
Luck being on your side, dude. He's playing on his birthday.
Goddamn right he is.
He's playing on his birthday.
For the record. All-time rushing record, playoffs, regular season. He needs 30 yards. The guy is Harry, you can't tell me you watch Saquon Barkley, the way he runs with this offensive line. He just goes do 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 do, and he's gone. It's so fantastic. It's just like I expect it, and it's so sick-minded of me to expect that. Like the way, I mean, Derrick Henry was too, but Derrick was a different type of runner behind that Baltimore line. No, yeah. You know what I'm saying? The way Saquon runs, like the way he's just, and you're like, go. Even his offensive line is go, son.
He has the footwork of an elite wide receiver while having the thighs of a freaking dude that could squat 600. Like it's ridiculous, dude. Yeah. It's ridiculous. His footwork, his talent, the pressure that he brings to the game, and also the scheme that you all have created of disguising his run plays so well. You don't know. Unless Saquon unless we'll put it to this way, unless they've already run the ball 3 times and you've allowed 10 yards and he's lined up again in the backfield, then you know Saquon's running the ball. But the whole other time, dude, the Eagles describe their offensive looks so well. It's so scary to think about. And I will say, without a doubt, this Chiefs defensive squad is going to be able to put up a good bout, but you're going against the best offensive line in the league. And I believe that Lane Johnson and everybody else there is going to manhandle these guys at times. Dude, I could see Saquon having 2 tugs in the game by himself. By
This
himself.
team is so good. And now, if people in Philadelphia want to go, okay, the national media, right? The ESPN, the whole panel today took the Chiefs. But a lot of people out there are feeling the way we feel. That this Eagles offensive line is just so insane. So you gotta play devil's advocate at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that is headlines for Chris Jones. That's headlines for Karlaftis. That's headlines for that defensive unit in Spags, who was a part of the Eagles franchise a little bit with Andy Reid for a brief moment. But these guys, they have it. They want it. Of course, that is bulletin board material. But at the end of the day,
Oh my gosh. Breaking news. Josh Allen just got the MVP.
I was gonna wait. I saw it. I was gonna wait, but yeah,
Oh God, I'm
yeah.
sick. Oh,
I was hoping you were gonna see it.
oh,
Oh,
sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
no, let it go. Let
This
it.
night just keeps burying me. Burying me. I have to say, go Eagles. Talk about the Ravens' loss. And now, I mean, come on. Seriously? It's a shot to the heart.
Shot to the heart, and you're to blame.
No,
You
no.
give love a
A
bad
bad
name.
name.
But
Oh, oh God. Oh, what a horrific event. This is
were
horrific.
you expecting to get another one?
I was, man. I really was. Because I don't because I mean, all right, I'll just make my quick statement here. When we look at the course of players and who deserves it, no doubt Allen was there, and I believe that the argument could be made that it's a toss-up of who should have gotten it. But the difference is Josh Allen was in the running for doing what he always does, which is what? Throwing the ball and being mobile. Everyone's always argued Lamar Jackson has won MVPs from his feet. He was in the MVP conversation while not running the entire season.
But his extra was because he could
He
run.
completely changed his game.
Mm-hmm.
So when we look at the evolution of who's the most valuable player to the league, shouldn't it be the guy who's constantly changing the league and having a new standard? Because that's the guy wearing 8, not 17. Oh, Allen stopped throwing the ball away. No more picks. Great. That's his job. Like, great. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly. Like, come on.
I'm trying to keep it together.
I hear you. Like, oh,
Keep going,
God.
keep going.
At least we can clip that. No, I have nothing to go off of. That is disgusting. It's disgusting. So it's disgusting. Whatever. All right, go back to your rant about
Well,
who's going
hey,
to win.
Saquon should have won it to begin with. All right.
I listen, and again, I would even argue that Saquon should be above Allen because the way that he
Dude,
changed
the
the
way
game,
that Saquon evolved this team,
evolved this team, evolved his game, evolved that, making it clear, in my opinion, him and Derrick Henry alone proved that, in my opinion, having a true running game is absolutely more important than having a real deal wide receiver. Because what happened with Jay Jetta? They got knocked in the first round.
Why wasn't Jay Jetter
What happened
out,
with
or why wasn't
exactly,
Darnold like involved in the
exactly,
conversation? Because people
exactly?
know.
What happened with Miami?
Should
Exactly.
should have Derrick Henry have gotten more nods over Lamar this year? Do you think?
No, 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 because Lamar
Because the way the Lamar's offense has been for the last couple of years, like that's
exactly,
Lamar's offense. But
exactly.
you got to ask the question.
You do. All right, go back to what you were saying. I can't talk anymore. I'm so disgusted. So disgusted. This is terrible, man.
I thought I was gonna be able to get through my whole rant and then bring it up to you because I saw it. We'll do like a little freeze down where you can see my eyes look at my phone. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, and I kind of said you asked me, and I was just like, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But at the same time, though, like, would it feel that great? Should that MVP mean anything to those two guys at this point?
No, and I actually think that
They
Lamar
can't beat
would
Mahomes. That's the biggest question. Is just like,
exactly
okay, hey, great guys. Hey, you got the MVP, but
right.
hey,
Yeah.
look who's in the Super Bowl.
Look who's in the Super Bowl again.
Again,
Again.
again.
Yeah. I agree. Listen, man, I think you're right. I think Lamar would have hated if he got a third MVP. I actually do. I think Lamar would have hated that because he knows that what comes with that is everyone will just say, "Oh, he's a regular season quarterback only," and he wants to disprove that. They just had to make Allen feel better. He sucks.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, let's take a quick break. We'll be back. We're gonna give you some of our best prop bets for the big game. It's gonna be the Chiefs. It's gonna be the Eagles. Go Eagles
Go Eagles.
in the big game. We're gonna take a quick break. We'll be right back. All
All right,
right,
everyone. Go ahead, Trilly. Introduce it.
we're back. We're here. I've laid it out all out on the line. My passion for this game, the needs for this game, and we've been looking at the sports books. Harry's gonna go and give you what we've been feeling for a little bit. Maybe I'll weigh in every once in a while, but go ahead, Harold.
So the
These are the
first thing,
props.
these are the props. This is what we're starting with. We're doing betting galore here, ladies and
Bet
gentlemen.
responsibly.
Bet responsibly, but
Hey,
bet
wait,
heavily.
wait,
But
wait.
bet responsibly. Open it up. Open it with a victory. Great way to end out the show. Great beverage to end out the show. Victory. If you want to sponsor us both for the alcohol and the NA to support both characters on the show, please do. We're doing $5 on Jalen Hurts, Philly Eagles first drive to score a touchdown. Jalen Hurts first drive to score a touchdown for
Love
the
it.
Eagles. Five
Love it.
dollars wins you 55. We're also, in case on the back end, we don't get that one. We believe the second best is Saquon Barkley.
Of
Philly's
course.
first drive to score a touchdown, 5 wins you 42.50. Now, I think another straight bet that you go here heavily, honestly, is Travis Kelce's yards. I mean, over 60 and a half. I think you got to bet that. Let's look at what the alternates are. I mean, decent value
I was looking
at
at 60-ish, right?
yeah, it's 60 yard. You can get decent value here at 50 plus. It's minus 196. That's something that you put a little
The
sauce on.
Eagles struggled against Zach Ertz last week, and
Yeah.
Ertz was over the rainbow, mm, just like Travis Kelce is. But Travis has got a lot more in the tank.
Well, what do we like more? Travis's yards or Travis to score and Xavier's yards?
Travis's yards, Xavier to score is
That's
more.
what I like as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, listen to this parlay. Tails for the coin toss. Xavier Worthy to score. Jalen to score. Devontae Smith to score. Travis Kelce over 60 and a half. 10 wins you 507.
Bad, not bad. All right, how about I like that. We do that, and then on the side we go on the side because we like to give the people what we love. We'll go anytime Saquon anytime Xavier Worthy.
Hmm.
And then we go. This is off the cuff right now, talking with
Wait,
just
wait,
Harold
wait. Say it again. Say it again.
Saquon and Xavier Worthy, anytime tuds, right?
Okay.
And then we go Dallas Goddard, 60 yards, 60 yards.
Hold on. Start again from the beginning.
I told you. We're gonna all right from the top here.
From the
I
top.
the part that we really love, that I really love, is gonna be for this weekend. It's gonna be Saquon anytime tud.
Okay.
It's gonna be Xavier Worthy anytime tug.
Yep. Yep.
Dallas Goddard, 60 plus yards.
Okay.
Uh,
We're going receiving here. Okay.
yep, receiving yards. And then at the end of the day, because the
Over
guy,
60. Is that what you said?
yep. And then
So
at
you're
the
going
end
for
of
an alternate. All right.
Yep. And then at the end of the day, the guy's gonna get it done. The guy that he just keeps making big plays for this football team. He's been an unappreciative hero. Devontae Smith, 70 plus yards. 15 is gonna win us 322. I love that. That's Trilly's play for this game.
Wow. Wow. Are you coming off a win right now?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get this right. Let's take it from the top one more time. Saquon anytime, Xavier anytime, Dallas Goddard alternate receiving yards,
Mm-hmm.
60 plus, and Devontae Smith over receiving yards, excuse me, alternate receiving yards over 70.
Yep.
It's a lot, man. I like it.
15 wins you 322.
I
Looking
like
good.
it.
Placed. Love it.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm trailing. All right. Now let's give out the pick that we're going to put out. Let's give the pick that we're going to put out.
I hate I hate rooting for Xavier Worthy touchdown, but
Xavier Worthy, but you know he's going to score. You know the Chiefs are going to score. It's not the fact that we're rooting for.
it might be some random dude that like Hollywood or DeAndre
One
Hopkins
of
would
my
be like,
friends
why
put
didn't
money on Noah Gray.
yeah, they could be
No,
Noah Gray.
you know what could be crazy? Juju
Yes,
Smith.
The Eagles linebackers are thin now. I
What
don't know.
about Juju Smith?
Yeah, Juju is probably
All right,
fine.
let's go big here. It's the Super
Like
Bowl. Who
we're gonna
cares?
get crazy. Like
Okay, can I tell you what's I think the
but
craziest?
in my heart of hearts is the Eagles are going to shut them down. And it's not even going to be a matter of the fact where it's just like, oh, we're not even going to worry about it, you know? Yeah,
Can I tell you what I think? Can I tell you what I think if we go crazy, what we do?
go ahead.
Juju anytime, Patrick anytime, Jalen anytime, Philadelphia Eagle defense anytime. 5 wins you 2,300, and that's the bet that we're putting out.
I like putting the Eagles anytime in there.
15 wins you 7 G's.
I like all right, to put out there. I like a Jalen, I like a Pat, and I like the defense.
Yes.
I like the three of those. And do we want to do one more?
So do we take? So you think take Smith out for who then?
Oh, I like Smith. I like Smith. All right, yeah. I thought you said Xavier Worthy.
No. And we'll put a little 5 piece on it.
No. Yeah. Defense. Pat Mahomes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it.
That's
Yep.
it. That's the bet that we're putting out.
Yep. Jalen Devonta, defense, Eagles D, and then Patty Mahomes.
No, not Devontae Smith. Just Juju, just Patrick, just Jalen,
Juju. Oh,
Juju. That's that no name that you said.
mm. I don't like rooting for that though.
But you know it's coming.
Nah, I do know it's coming.
You know it's coming.
All right, fine, fine. All right, I'm in.
We're in.
We're in.
All
Go
right.
Eagles.
Is that the bet that we're putting out? That's the official one.
You say it.
Juju anytime, Patrick anytime, Jalen anytime, Eagles defense anytime. 10 wins you 4,700.
You've been all over the defensive touchdown. It's gonna happen.
I believe it, man.
Does that give you special teams too? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so. No, I just really believe that there's going to be a big fumble this game. And I
Yeah.
don't think it's going to
Dude,
be by the Eagles.
this Eagles defense is good. They're good.
Yep.
They're good.
Yep. Close us out, Trill.
They're good. This team is good. They people will tell me this and that, and they're going for a three-peat, and the refs and Patrick Mahomes can do this, and Kelsey can do this, and Jalen Hurts can't throw the ball. But if you actually watch and you consume the game of the National Football League, this Philadelphia Eagles team embodies every single part of what you would love to watch of an Eagles football team, because this team can run the ball. This team will smash you in the mouth. They can throw the ball over the top to their tight end. They can throw it over the top to their wide receivers reading books on the sideline. And then on the back side of it, they can go and sit on the defensive side of the football and just punch the ball out, get interceptions, and make plays. This Eagles team is lined up in the best situation possible to win this football game that they have ever been in the history of this franchise because of Howie Roseman. I've never said that, by the way. Mark
You've
it, lock
never
it
said
down.
that. You've never
This
said that.
team is locked in because this team has done the right moves over the last couple of years that we've all been in lockstep of, and they can get it done. This is the team that can end a dynasty and keep it from happening. This is the team that can just win a goddamn Super Bowl. This
Mm,
is the team that we're going to go and party on Broad Street and say,
mm,
we are the champions. This is the team that we're going to say on 97.5 The Fanatic that we are the champions, and we love all of you, and we love the city of Philadelphia, because this is the team that's gonna win it all, baby. Go Birds! Go Birds! E-A-G-L-E-S!